Namaskar. Crisis in relationship, what to do, part 2. This is the subject of our video. It's about relationship with my dad. Chris, look at other guys. They have really good relationship with their dads. You don't have this. You are angry. Why these problems at my work just because my dad never supported me like dads support other boys? Work on yourself. Yes, my dad is like this, and I will be never able to change him. You've already seen part 1 with Gloria's case, and since that I've already received a question. And the question was about why haven't I talked about couples counseling there? I would say like this, I haven't even mentioned couples counseling there because I didn't see there any crisis. I haven't seen there the request for couples counseling. We don't know what Gloria's partner thinks. We don't know if he wants this couple counseling. We can't pull him in the couples counseling. But we definitely saw that Gloria has her inner crisis. And that's what we can, it is the possibility, it is the reason for doing any work. And by the way, it was her request, not partners. I'm Anna Bobikova. Welcome to AB Lifetime, channel about mental health. The structure of this video is, in the beginning, short introduction, then we see the case, then case analysis, and in the end, we do summary. We see what to do. Let's jump into the case. It's about relationship with my dad. You know, when I was a kid, my dad was very abusive, physically and emotionally abusive. And you know what? And time passed, and right now I'm 42. I made a lot of things to forgive him. I want to forgive him, and I want to have a relationship with him. And you know, and I come there very often. I would come there, and he is with his new wife, and I want to give him a hug, and I want to go fishing and have a good time. You know, I want to have a relationship with him. I want to talk to him. I want to hear from him something good about me. And then it's all the same. I feel like I'm again there in childhood. He's so distant, and he doesn't want to talk to me, and only criticism. Maybe he's not that abusive like he used to be, but I have so many things to say to him. I would like to say, but I want to have some love, some warmth from his side, and it's so frustrating. And each time I'm just we get into arguments, and sometimes I leave angry, and I just leave. We get into arguments, and I get angry, he gets angry, and I just leave. And then 2 weeks later, I'm doing this again, over and over and over. I don't know what to do. Case analysis. In my work, I use Psychodrama method. I also use it in these videos. It looks a little bit different because in particular groups or individual setting, client or group members are taking the roles. Here I'm showing with myself, I'm just taking the roles. At first I take the inner voices roles. I use this method because it gives very good visibility what's going on in your psyche. These voices are just example. You do not have the same voices. It is just an example and just the representation of what's going on. And our task, for example, with Chris, if Chris would be my client, to clarify and work on these voices. Okay, let's see the voices. Chris, look at other guys. They have really good relationship with their dads. Look at Michael. He does have very good relationship with his dad. His dad supports him and they spend good time together. They go hunting. He gives him money and he's always there for him. You don't have this. You don't have this relationship. You should have such relationship. Good, warm relationship. Your dad never says, I love you. He should do that. You should do something for him to make him say that to you. You are angry. You are angry. And sad. Very sad. What to do? We can continue working with these voices. What do I mean by that? It's just going deeper and understanding. What is this voice about? What is that voice about? Usually when people already done some work, then they have much quicker access to this right voice, right? It is a resourceful voice and it is the voice which has the access to the feelings. And this voice tells that you are angry and sad. When it is on the conscious level of anger and sadness, then he can do something with that. When he doesn't realize, he can't do anything about that. So it is for Chris to realize that he's angry and sad is already 50% of work done. I would like to ask Chris, how do you see ideal relationship with dad? Not his particular relationship with his dad, but generally good relationship with dad for some guy with some dad. And let me show you a possible, I'm imagining how Chris would answer, and I'm taking the role of Chris here. I'm Chris now. Ideal relationship with my dad? All right. So it is, we would spend a lot of time together. My dad would say, I love you, and be warm and give me hugs. I see that my dad would give me advices, and I mean working advices. He does give me advices right now, but you need to hear that advices. Normal good advices which dads are giving to their sons. No criticism. My dad would be supportive to me when I have tough time. Understand me. Just listen to me. And he accepts me that who I am. Yes, I haven't become a scientist how he dreamed. I'm not. And he accepts that fact. Okay, that's over. I'm not Chris now, I'm Anna. It is very common belief in the world, everywhere. I hear it everywhere. We have close people, parents, our partners, close ones. We have them to enjoy each other. Like there is the belief that, oh, I have this partner and I need to enjoy my partner. If I do not enjoy my partner and we do not enjoy our relationship, then there is something wrong with relationship or with my partner. We will imagine that Chris has crisis in relationship with his dad and with his wife. And let's see what kind of inner voices could be in his head. What? You don't have good relationship with your dad? He doesn't tell you he loves you? there is something wrong. It's not okay. And with your wife, look at other marriages. People enjoy each other. You're supposed to enjoy her and she's supposed to enjoy you. There is something wrong if you don't enjoy each other. Maybe it's time to look for another much better partner. It's something wrong with her. Or with you. In such position, it's always expectations. Expectations of, I would like to have such warm relationship with my parents. I wanna enjoy my partner. I wanna enjoy my kids. And each time when life brings us challenges in this relationship, we think that there is something wrong with relationship or with my partner or with me. But practice and experience shows and says that we have these close ones for our personal growth. It's our area for development, growing, change things. This is what relationship about. Mostly with close ones and mostly with wives, with husbands, our partners are for polishing us. And yes, if you have this great relationship with your partner, it is the gift of your destiny. Enjoy the gift. The same with parents. Usually it's not about enjoying. Okay, what else we can do here? Of course, for Chris to switch attention from real relationship with real dad on the inner relationship with dad. Everything is happening inside. Respect, forgiveness, gratefulness, all that emotions, all that feelings which Chris wants to create, it's possible, right? It's just the amount of work. What he can do for that, going to therapist or counselor, any personal growth events which are bringing personal growth with this particular situation. Grow inside, develop on his way. If he doesn't know his way, if he doesn't know his purpose, work toward finding that way. This is a great practice to wish happiness inside. In this particular situation for Chris, he can wish happiness to his dad. And do it is a regular practice. And there would be done in the ideal situation for Chris, there is a huge amount of work could be done for him to accept his father as he is, working on childhood trauma. He mentioned that dad was physically abusive. Releasing anger, accepting that he is angry and releasing the anger. And the work for Chris to understand that it's very possible, not very from the perspective of reality, mostly dad will never accept that and will never apologize. It's life. And for Chris, it's important to accept, yes, my dad is like this, and I will be never able to change him. But what I'm not the victim, because I'm strong enough man to accept that I'm strong and I want to change these things. I know what happened with me in my childhood, but I'm not more in childhood. I'm an adult man and I can change things how I want. The most important here is just time. You can't do it like this. You can't accept, oh yes, my dad is like this. It takes time. It takes time, and it's important to verbalize and take it and live through. It all takes time. The main thing is not the result. The main thing is the process. When you are on the way, when you are in the process, it makes everything look different. How different? You just can see it in a positive way. You don't have to physically spend time with the person. And it's not even about you have to or you don't have to. All relationships are happening inside your psyche. This is where you build them. And this is where real relationship exists, in your psyche. There is where you build them. All outside things, what is happening in relationship when you particularly meet this person, it's just representation of your inner world. For Chris, it's important to understand what's going on inside him, what's going on in his heart. He can build such a strong figure of his dad inside his head that it doesn't matter what's going on outside in real when he meets his dad. He would not care about this old man, leave alone that old man, because he would have such a strong supportive figure inside his head. And if Chris is looking for this relationship with his dad, he's lacking of this support. So it is the representation that he lacks something inside, and this is a signal for him to build this support inside. It is the question about what does this little boy need if he is searching so much for support of this old man. Sometimes relationships are completely destroyed. Let's imagine that Chris would not have relationship at all, like they do not talk for 10 years. And this is important not to meet dad and talk to him. It's important in this situation to start to build this relationship inside your heart, inside. And even when parent, and it's very often when parent already passed away, you don't have anybody to talk to. You have great possibility what to do. And for example, your parent passed away a long time ago, you don't have the possibility to talk to your mother, your father. What can you do? You can still create this relationship inside you. Start to build them here. And you will see how different turning your attitude to the whole situation. The bitterness would leave. For Chris, it's important to understand that he's not a victim of his dad. The dad and his mother, we are talking here about dad, we don't know about mother, but parents are giving for us and parents are given for Chris to show him the way for development. I would say more when we see parents, it shows us what's going to happen. You want to change things, then work on that. Change yourself, change the circumstances. You can change life. It's just your choice, Chris's choice, what to be, victim of his dad for the whole life and think that, these problems at my work just because my dad never supported me, like dad support other boys. It's Chris's inner choice. Be victim or change things, start to work. Yes, it's amount of work. It's only amount of work, inner work. It's choice about, am I adult man or I'm still that 5 years old? I'm not more there. I'm not there 5 years old getting abused by my dad. I'm adult man. Here's the choice. What do I choose? And yes, of course, very often it's very painful. It's painful to go there and talk about that and work on that, but it is all giving the benefits. What are the benefits is living with inner truth. What do I want to do in this life? Summary: build internal relationship instead of external. Work on them. Next thing is solve inner conflict, problem or concern, or step toward solving that. Work on yourself, on your resources. And its great resource here is working on inner paternal figure. Make that strong. I work in Monterey, California. I work individually and I also run groups. I also work online, so if you live distantly, connect through the website with me and we can work online. About groups, I do local groups, like 2 hours groups for local people, and also if you live distantly, you can arrive here for weekend retreats. You can see all information on my website. And thank you for watching. See you in next part. Namaste.